Would you like a lead magnet that attracts people to your email list like crazy? One that will build it quickly and effectively, and one that will create people on your list that will actually buy your products? Well, let's solve that using ChatGPT. All right, so here we go. I'm going to demonstrate for you a series of moves to do on ChatGPT, prompts to put in to get, number one, your lead magnet idea. Number two, to actually create that lead magnet for you. We're going to start with the core principle, which is the more general your lead magnet, the less effective it usually is at getting people to respond. So the more specific you can make it, the more you don't sound like everyone else, the more your ad and your offer doesn't sound like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times. Let's work on making something highly specific that will be highly effective for you. Okay, so here we go. General principle, tell them who you are, tell them who your niche is, tell them what problem you want to solve. Okay, who you are, what your niche is, and the problem you're trying to solve. So here we go. I am a relationship coach, helping couples improve their relationships so they can stay together and enjoy the love and fulfillment that comes from a long-term committed relationship. My niche is couples whose kids are leaving home, leaving them empty nesters. Now, they have time to focus on each other, but after having spent years focusing on the children, they've forgotten how to be in love and express that love to each other. Give me 20 ideas for a free report that I could write that will fulfill their needs. Okay, who I am, who my niche is. Now, the specific request. Give me 20 ideas for a free report I could write that will fulfill their needs, educate them, and start the process of their becoming clients of mine. For each idea, give a title, the best hook I could use, that's your marketing piece, and a one-sentence marketing description organized in a table. Okay? All right. So I'm not going to run this live because then you'd have to sit there and wait. So the first time I did it, ChatGPT blew up. They had a glitch. They didn't put it in a table. So I just waited for that. And then I said, hey, format these as a table. Remember, I told you to do that. Okay, now I got a table. Rediscovering romance, reigniting the spark in your empty nest relationship. Okay, that sounds generic, like everyone else. I'm not going to choose that. Balancing parenthood and partnership, transitioning from parenting to loving each other. Interesting. I probably ought to do something on that someday. Communication mastery, building a strong foundation for an empty nest relationship. Can you see? It's giving us some really good ideas here, several of them which are quite specific. I love this title. From roommates to lovers, reigniting intimacy in your empty nest years. Can you see how these would be so powerful? But I am going to come here. I like this one. Reconnecting through shared experiences, creating lasting memories in your empty nest years, prioritizing self-care, the power of gratitude, unleashing the passion, you're discovering new hobbies and interests as empty nesters. Can you see how each one of these could be its own individual lead magnet that would attract people with a higher level of interest than just, hey, how to be a great couple once your kids leave home? That's where the specifics come in that get people to actually be interested in you. Okay, here we go. This is the one that I really like. Reigniting romance, romantic gestures for empty nest couples. So the thing I like about this is if you tell people, hey, I'm going to give you 20 romantic gestures, people are going to see that and they're going to say, oh, I'm pretty good at this, but there might be one or two in there that I don't know. And so they opt in to get that list. Okay, so let's just scroll down. I wrote continue because I wanted to get all 20. That's really a magical thing. Oftentimes, ChatGPT runs out of the number of words it can give you in this batch of things coming back. And so if you just write continue, it'll continue on with that request that you had. All right, so I'm going to scroll down. because I've already discussed this. Now, I said, great. Let's focus on reigniting romance, romantic gestures for empty nester couples. Give me a list of 20 romantic gestures someone in an empty nest relationship could do to reignite romance in the relationship. Certainly, here's this. Surprise love note, candlelight dinner at home, love playlist, create a playlist of songs. I like that. Romantic picnic. I like that. Date night in, love coupons, surprise weekend getaway, breakfast surprise, love letter exchange. I love that one. Romantic scavenger hunt. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Couple spa day, romantic movie night. Can you see what we're doing here? We're giving people a list of short, easy things that they can do. And this is the kind of thing that any couple, when they see this, go, oh, this is a great idea. There's going to be at least one or two great ideas in this that are going to spur them to start to take action. So I get all the way done with this. And then I say, perfect, thanks. Give me 20 more. Oh, okay. Well, here's what's going to happen. Some of those things are going to be duplicates of the others. But some of them are going to be, actually, look at this. Romantic sunset picnic. We talked about doing a picnic before, but now it's a sunset commitment. And so what ends up happening, love bookmarks. This is a brand new one. What I'll probably get out of these additional 20 is I'll probably get, 5, 10, 15 more. And so now instead of saying, here's 20 ideas, now I can say, here's 35 ideas you can do. Can you see how this could be really powerful and easy as all get out? I mean, this total process took me 2.5 minutes to do. And I've got that. I just cut and paste it, put it into a document, put a cover on it, and I'm done with that. Okay? At the end, I'm going to write something that causes them to pay attention to my continued emails and maybe has another call to action or something like that. But my lead magnet is basically done here. And I did it in, by the time we do those other things, let's say it's half an hour, by the time we put a cover on it and things. This is not you spending 3 months trying to write something, and I bet you this is a whole lot better than what you're going to spend 3 months doing. Now, may I just show you another example? Because sometimes it helps me when I see this is done in more than one industry. So I'm just making up industries here. I'm just choosing something to give you an example. So I went to the financial advisors thing. So let me just get all the way up here to the top. So here's what I wrote. Okay. I'm a registered financial advisor helping people grow their personal wealth through financial planning, insurance, and investments. My niche is people making over $100,000 a year, aged 40 to 60, living in the U.S. What are the 20? So this time I decided to start off with what are their biggest challenges or needs. So I wrote, what are the 20 biggest financial challenges and or needs these people have in the area of financial planning, investments, and insurance that a registered financial advisor could help them with? Okay, really simple question. I'm just asking them, hey, what are their needs? So it's giving me retirement planning, investment management, tax planning, estate planning, all these different things. But when I look at that, I say, okay, this is good. I already knew all this. There's absolutely nothing new here. Okay, so now I was hoping to get just an idea that I could do out of this and just turn it into an article. But you know what? There's really not that. Maybe insurance coverage review. This is important to have one of these, okay? So now what I did is I said, give me 20 ideas of a free report I could write that would fulfill their needs, educate them, and help them start the process of their becoming a client of mine. For each idea, give a title, the best hook I should use, and a one-sentence marketing description organized in a table. This time it gave me the table the first try. So the ultimate retirement roadmap sounds like everybody else. The savvy investor's guide sounds like everybody else. Tax hacks, strategies. Okay, that one sounds a little less like everyone else. That one's a possibility. Estate planning demystified, safeguarding your wealth, the art of risk management, college savings made easy. So lots of stuff here that I never want to sound like everyone else, because when you sound like everyone else, everyone assumes that everyone else is just like you. That's why I want to be different. I want to find something here that's different. Mastering your cash flow, Social Security puzzle, that might be interesting. Road to healthcare protection, that might be interesting. Long-term care planning, that one's absolutely interesting. Succession planning, I had to write continue to get on here. Giving back with a purpose. Oh, now that one's different. So for really wealthy people, how can I give well? Understanding risk. Wealth transfer strategies. Okay. Wealth transfer strategies, preserving your wealth for future generations. Now, somebody who's making 100,000 probably isn't as worried about this, but somebody who has $1 million, $2 million, $10 million in investments, this is a person that maybe I, as a financial planner, may really want to target. And this right here could be something that would help me target that particular group. Here's how you transfer your wealth onto the next generation. All right, so let's come down. All right, so I restated it. I'm registered, but this time I said my niche is people making over 100,000 a year, aged 40 to 60, with over $1 million in assets living in the U.S. Okay. The specific need I'm addressing is helping them with wealth transfer strategies to pass as much of their wealth onto the next generation while avoiding taxes as much as possible. And then the same thing. Give me 20 ideas for something that'll help them become a client of mine. So I just want to pull back here for a moment and just say what I did was I refined the niche, gave them additional niching, and then I said, now, I just want to focus on this wealth transfer strategies piece. So in other words, I got a bunch of generic things, and now I'm going to drill down. I'm going to choose this wealth transfer thing, and now he's going to say, okay, tell me more about how to do this. Give me 20 ideas. All right. So here's what it did. Gave me 25. Maximizing your legacy, effective wealth transfer. Okay. Sounds like everybody else. Navigating the tax maze. Okay, that's interesting. Trust me, demystified. Very interesting. Yard of gifting. Interesting. Charitable planning with an impact. Interesting. Life insurance is a wealth transfer tool. Ensuring financial security for future generations. I'm going to talk about that more in just a second, but I just want to keep on going. Irrevocable life insurance trust. Very interesting. Family limited partnerships. Very interesting. So out of this 20, I've got probably 15 that I could turn into an article. Every one of those could be really good. But I'm going to come up to this life insurance as a wealth transfer tool, and I'm going to go on from here. So this is a principle. When you're using ChatGPT, one really great, so people try to develop the one perfect prompt that'll give them every piece of information they want to. I find that most cases, I give them a general prompt, I make a choice, I then give them a more specific one, I make another choice, I give them a more specific one. And so in other words, I'm drilling down with successive prompts. What that does is it gives me better and better results as I go along, so that I'm getting more and more targeted to the specific needs of my people. Okay, so there we go. Grant or retained annuity trusts. Okay, we're getting real technical here. All right. So we get down here and I say this. Great. Let's go with life insurance as a wealth transfer tool, ensuring financial security for future generations. Please give me an outline for a 5-page report on this subject, including a few sentences describing what that section would be about. Great. It gives me this outline. Okay. Introduction, understanding life insurance basis, the benefits, utilizing life insurance in estate planning, tailoring life insurance to individual needs, maximizing the value of life insurance policies, and a conclusion. I looked at that and I said, great, that's a great general report. I don't like it. Let's try this a different way. Now I'm going to make a prompt. Please list 10 different specific life insurance strategies that can help to pass along wealth tax-free to the next generation, including a short generation of each. Okay. Irrevocable life insurance trust, wealth replacement trust, survivorship life insurance, spousal lifetime. So these are technical, like financial planning kinds of terms. I'm not asking you to invest in this. Can you see how, though, as I drill down, now I am someplace where I can have got a report that I can put out there that will truly interest people and give them information that not everyone out there is giving them in a free report. I can take this report right here, and let's do this. I can take, let's say, spousal lifetime access trust. I can now jump down and say, hey, write me 500 words describing what a spousal lifetime access trust is, who qualifies to use it, and how they would go about doing that. Then I can go on and say, okay, now tell me about. And then I can say, now give me a private split dollar arrangement. Describe it. Who is this right for? How would they go about doing this? Family bank. So I can literally, again, 10, 15 minutes, I can turn out a very well formatted report. Now, I'm going to have to go back through this thing and fact check it and make sure that everything is absolutely accurate, probably take it through some compliance and those kinds of things to make sure that everything is right. But I now have a report that is very powerful for people who are high wealth, high assets that they can go on and do. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to illustrate to you, number one, the more specific you can make that lead magnet, the more effective it'll probably be at not only getting new people to opt into your list, but getting buyers to opt into your list. Number two, key principle, drill down in ChatGPT. Don't try to get the perfect prompt right out of the beginning. Give it a prompt that puts it into the ballpark, and then keep moving it in until now you're only talking about home plate. That's the place where everyone's trying to get to, because that's where you really score. Now let's talk about home plate. How can I best format a report? Because I've drilled down several layers to give me that particular report. Third principle. This process enables you to brainstorm and identify opportunities you would not see otherwise, because generally you would go out and write, hey, here's how you transfer your wealth to your heirs with as limited amount of tax as possible. Boring. Give me specific, because that's what those people want. Fourth thing is the power of ChatGPT to do all of this in minutes, leaving you just fact checking and make sure that you like what it is, the results in the end. That right there is how you use ChatGPT to, in a matter of minutes, write your lead magnets. Okay? I hope you're seeing the power of all this. I hope you're recognizing what we're doing here, and that you'll see how you can use this. Okay, by the way, I did all of that in ChatGPT 3.5. I wasn't even in the paid version. I own the paid version. I strongly recommend everyone here has it, but I did all this with 3.5, the thing you can get with the free version. Personally, I recommend everybody go into the paid, but it's only $20 a month right now. But, I just wanted to give you an example. You can do this with 3.5, just so that you know. Okay? All right. What are you going to do with this information? You're going to sit around and just ignore it? You're going to say, oh, yes, and yet another ChatGPT thing. This was cool. Or are you going to go spend an hour tonight and do something and create yourself a lead magnet that you can put out there and start building your list in ways that probably were not possible to you in the past? Let me know what you're going to do. Put that in the chat. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.